Okay, it's a good thing I actually remembered to do this. So, hello. For those of you who are new to this, yeah, as you all know, I am a One Piece fan. And one thing I was going to do starting in 2020 was at the end of every month, I was going to talk about the next sequential arc in One Piece. Partly because if I keep doing this once a month, it'll be late 2022, roughly. And also, it'll give the manga an opportunity to, finish up, hopefully. I mean, it's going to be going on for like several years after, but we'll definitely be closer to the end than we are at this moment in time. And I wait to the end of every month so the manga has an opportunity to, move things along a little bit. So, last week I talked about the introduction to Baroque works, as well as the introductions to the main focus of the entire Alabasta Saga, which is getting Princess Vivi back and saving the kingdom. Now, we stumble onto a place called Little Garden. That's the name of the arc, the Little Garden arc. So, right off the bat, you're introduced to one of the coolest aspects about One Piece in general, and one that does not get enough love. That is the giants. Now, for most people, including myself, giants are kind of, hit and miss. I mean, you think of great stories involving giants, you think of like what? Jack and the Beanstalk? But here, you're introduced to two giants named Dory and Bragi, who have been fighting each other for over 100 years. Yeah, giants actually live to be pretty old, like almost 400 years. So dueling for 100 years, small potatoes, right? And the way, I forgot off the top of my head what they're fighting about necessarily, but their reason for fighting each other is just so incredibly arbitrary. And they've been fighting for so long, they themselves actually forgot what it is they're fighting over. So, yeah, it's funny. And again, these are giants, like actual real life giants. I believe they tower at around, actually, like over 40 meters tall or something. So pretty tall. And they just appear as if they're sort of godlike figures in this series, in that way. And, for the most part, there's no interference of anyone. You're just introduced to this island filled with like dinosaurs and the two giants and everything. And for the most part, all seems pretty solid and peaceful until you have the agents of Baroque Works arrive. Particularly that of Mr. 3, Miss Golden Week, Mr. 5, and Miss Monday also make a return. Now, Mr. 3 is obviously the main highlight Baroque Works character featured in this arc. He kind of has that Oda design, sort of like a Weasley type guy. He even sounds like, he's the kind of guy that you just want to beat up after you hear him speak. And technically he does get beat up, so that's really cool. But the great contrast about Mr. 3, and really all Baroque Works, is Mr. 3's partner, Miss Golden Week, who, it's funny, the majority of the Baroque Works agents are like really bombastic, really energized, but like Miss Golden Week is like the most chill character like you see in Baroque Works. It's really kind of quirky and funny that way. I gotta talk about who I feel is the MVP of this arc, and that's Usopp, actually. Because, for starters, you sort of see character development in terms of, like, he sees these giants and he wants to be a brave warrior like the giants are, which is awesome. And he actually sort of gets to live that sort of dream by, like helping the giants save the day. Honestly, if it wasn't for Usopp, like, Zoro, Nami, Vivi, even Luffy, they probably would have died here. It was actually really, really important. So you got some character growth from Usopp. And he made Karoo, the duck that was traveling with Vivi, his noble steed. That was really cool. That was dope. Let's see what else. This is the first arc I mentioned that features Vivi and Karoo traveling with the Straw Hats. And they're fun, they add a dynamic, but to the crew, sort of like the audience surrogate, if you will, like into this madness that's going on. But every time you see Vivi and Karoo, it just makes you feel like we gotta save Alabasta. We gotta get going here. I mean, again, this is a short arc, only like 15 manga chapters and 8 anime episodes. Not particularly long, but we are sort of getting into the the meat and potatoes of the saga here a little bit. Well, actually, this is more like the vegetable-related side dish. We'll be moving on to the meat and potatoes come November, let's say. Anyway, excuse me. What else is there? This is also the second arc in a row where Sanji doesn't really do much. I mean, at least not in terms of anything grand or significant. I mean, he does have a really cool, interaction with Crocodile over the transponder snail, which was awesome. But there really wasn't much other than that. So, yeah, they're definitely saving Sanji up for, something to happen that's pretty big, down the line. All in all, this arc is actually pretty simple. It's sort of setting up for stuff that's going to happen a little while later. And again, it's short, 15 manga chapters, which is probably the longest of the Alabasta Saga so far. Not particularly, you wouldn't be trudging through it. You'd be able to read it in about an afternoon or two. Not particularly that long or whatever. So, yeah, this arc featured giants, which I love. I love talking about the giants. Seriously, the giants do not get enough love in this series. They don't. You hear about them on occasion, yeah, we got to see the giants. And, oh, not really. Not for as long as we'd like to. But it is what it is. Honestly, if they talked about giants too much in this series, it'd probably be kind of boring. And if there's anything about One Piece you need to know, it's that it's far from boring. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on social media platforms, channel location on YouTube. I am very humbled to make this video for all of you guys who watched and enjoyed for today. I'm hoping you all have a wonderful, hopefully you had a wonderful hump day. And remember, guys, you want to talk or channel, you'll be here to London Arrows way back. Take care and make good choices. Now, come next month, which is odd because even though we'll be in fall, we'll be going to somewhere a little colder. But we do get to meet a special little reindeer. Take care, everybody.